Hey, welcome to the Northeast Hunt and Film podcast. I'm your host, Jason Alex. Here you'll find hunting stories and strategies based mainly out of the Northeast, but will also include hunts from all around the country. If you can hunt it and you can film it, chances are we're going to talk about it on here. Enjoy. Welcome back, everyone. Another episode of Northeast Hunt and Film. This week I'm joined with my girlfriend Amy, and we're going to talk turkey season wrap-up. It is officially over as of today. I'm recording this on the 31st. Today at noon, it was done. Had a good year. I got two toms. She got one tom. We go over how far she's come with her knee, different hunts, things we would have done differently, and talk about our plans to go out west next year to chase Miriams. Hope everyone had a good long Memorial Day weekend and got out there and did something fun, something epic, something that we enjoy the freedoms of doing. And there's a lot of people out there that paid the ultimate price and didn't get to come home. So for those people, we specifically, I shot tack over the weekend, total archery challenge at Pico, which was a lot of fun. I'm going to do a podcast about that with my buddy Travis, who shot it also. That'll release in a couple weeks. But so we shot tack. That was 5 hours or something it took to shoot the course, and then it was pretty hot out. We were pretty beat when we got home, but we still got up and went out turkey hunting. And we had one goblin, but we just went around the house where there's been all kinds of pressure, and I gave him a few soft calls, nothing real aggressive, and he just stopped gobbling. He just, I think they're hip to it now. But we did that, and then I went and rode my dirt bike, and think we were in bed by about 8 o'clock yesterday night. But especially on a day like Memorial Day, you got to get out and live it up, because, like I said, people fought and still do fight for our right to do that. So, what else? If you got, I'll also have a Amy film the Total Archery Challenge, so I'll have a YouTube video out on that. And if you guys are listening on Apple or anywhere you can leave a review, please do so. Leave comments, things I can improve on, things that, things you'd like to hear, different topics you'd like to hear. I've been talking to some pretty knowledgeable people, and they agreed to do one about more specifically, like, scrapes and mock scrapes and stuff like that, summer scouting and summer trail camera strategy, stuff like that. So that'll be coming down the pipe. And still got some merch for sale on the website, stickers, t-shirts. Yeah, sorry I was a couple days late with this one, but Memorial Day we lived it up, and then back to work today. Yeah, thanks everybody for the support, and we'll jump into this podcast, wrapping up turkey season. All right, we're live. Turkey season's officially over.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about that, Amy?
Okay.
Sad and relieved like me?
Yes. In a weird way, I'm relieved it's over.
Yeah.
I wanted to get past this one season.
Yeah, you are well, let's go back for those who maybe didn't hear the other one you did. Um, tell everyone about your injury and where you're at. You're what? Just under a year out from the injury,
Yeah, tomorrow is 1 year since I injured my knee.
but not since surgery.
No. So I injured it a year ago tomorrow on June 1st. Surgery was August 6th. I had ACL and PLC reconstruction, and they took out 30% of my meniscus, and I had a severe MCL sprain. So it's a year to 2 years recovery.
Yeah, and it definitely was. I wouldn't say a hindrance, but it slowed you down.
A lot. It just made me more nervous because I can't fall within the first year. So here we are hiking all this crazy terrain.
And then she went and didn't shoot it, but went and tagged along at Total Archery Challenge over the weekend at Pico. And we shot the prime course, which was, I believe, one of the harder courses, if not the hardest. And it was from the summit to the base. And up near the summit of Pico is steep no matter which way you go. So
Wicked steep. And that's the hardest part is downhill because you can't fall. And it's harder on your knees. I don't even know if it matters who you are. It's harder on your knees to go downhill. So here I am recovering from...
I'd rather go uphill.
Me too. I wish it was uphill and then we took the chair down. But...
Yeah, but
oh well.
Tammy would have been in freaking tears. There would have been... I'd have been the only one that made it to the top.
I might have done okay. But it was challenging. I don't want to say frustrating, but it was for me. It was frustrating because of my ailment.
Yeah.
I did my best. I did pretty good considering, but it was hard.
Yeah. And you didn't have as much time
No.
as you did the year before.
No.
Which you took a week off the year before. I took 2.
Yeah. Was good and bad because I don't know if my knee could have handled it.
Yeah.
More time than
Just
what
the
we
weekends.
did. Yeah. I mean, I took a couple days off before Memorial Day. And I couldn't have done every day. What, we did 2 or 3 days?
Well, we did 2 in a Thursday, Friday, and then we went out
Monday.
Memorial Day.
Yeah.
But today was the last day, and today was 90 and humid.
Mm-hmm.
I was debating on going out before work, but I decided to call it a season.
Yeah.
I had my... I don't know if I definitely was in a lot more action this season. That they were unusually, for me, unusually for the first 2 weeks, they were like unusually responsive to calls. Like
Yeah.
it was like hunting late season birds. Normally in the first, not the first 2 weeks, but the good first like 7 days.
Yeah.
I mean, that one I shot in New Hampshire on May 2nd just came running. He just came running in, and there was hens in the area. I could hear hens. There was a hen up above him. There was a hen below him. And he just 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
It wasn't long past legal.
Yeah. Well, it was a different kind of year for them, right? Because we saw a poult yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah, that would have been the 30th, Memorial Day.
Yeah. We already saw one that's hatched.
And what I heard a couple people say is because the snow went out early, the breeding happened early, and then they were kind of in between the first breeding phase and the second. I think the second breeding phase happened like week 2. Week 2 and 3 they were henned up again,
Yeah.
and then and then the last week was just like summer.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
They seemed pretty over. Although Memorial Day we had that one goblin, but as soon as I started light calling, he shut right up.
Yeah. I was
But
still
we were in the super high pressured area that they've been pounded all month long.
I still wonder why he gobbled that one time where he was right there.
I have no idea.
Did he hear us like walking through the woods? Maybe? I don't know.
But
Sound
we
like
could
scratching?
we could tell from his tracks that he walked up the power line
Mm-hmm.
and then stopped and then went back down.
Yeah.
Once we finally we went in and set up, and I gave a few light calls, and that was it for the goblin.
Yeah.
He was done, and then we walked back out to just, I don't know, see if we could see him across the ravine or just kind of figure out what happened, because we knew by 9 o'clock it was going to be, 80. And
Yeah.
we were going to be done anyways, whether the birds, that's too warm to be walking around the woods just trying to strike up a bird, in my opinion. Unless you got heavy bug spray.
Yeah.
But yeah, he stopped altogether. I don't know. Maybe he went down to that brook.
Yeah.
Maybe that was his plan. Was fly down off the roost and gobble and see if he could find a hen. And if that didn't work, he was going down to get a drink and
Yeah.
carry on with his day.
Yeah.
He might be head up on the other side up, because I know they like to mill around up there. I get pictures of him on my cell cam in like the middle of the day.
Maybe. I just wondered about the leaf scratching thing, because that Jake that flew down when they heard us, or he heard us walking through the woods,
Yeah.
flew down early because it was wicked foggy,
Yeah.
and flew down, easily an hour before the Tom flew down that I shot,
Oh, easy.
because he just heard us rustling in the leaves,
Yep.
so like scratching.
Yeah.
But it was so foggy that morning.
Yeah, we heard that other bird. We knew we're talking about her, the day she shot her Tom. That was what day? The 9th? No, 20. It was
Oh, man.
later.
I don't remember.
21st.
Was it? That's what I was just thinking.
It was the 21st, so it was a real foggy morning. And which was good because we were late. We hunted pretty far away from the house. We were late getting there, so we figured the fog would keep them in the trees, which it did. But we had that one that we knew was a Jake just by his gobble, and then we heard another one way up the mountain, and it sounded more like a Tom. So we decided to go after that one, and we were walking up, and we looked down through the opening, and I'm like, what is that? And I picked my binoculars up, and it's that freaking bird. He'd flown down. He was heading towards where we were, because we were trying to set up on him. And when we were trying to set up, she heard the bird up the mountain. I never heard him. And he must have heard all that commotion and went, oh, that's a hen, and and flew down. He wanted to party, but yeah, we went up there, and it took me a while to figure out like a good. I wanted him to have to come like looking, like
Right.
where he would end up where he could see where I was calling from. I wanted to be like 30 yards max, because if you don't do that, they can get hung up and never come in, and your gun isn't really good past 30 yards.
No.
I mean, it could probably kill him, but prefer him 30 yards and in.
Yeah.
40 freaking max. So finally that last setup was good, but we were getting eaten alive by black flies.
Bad.
It was really bad.
That's the one thing that, I only got that one bird, and you got your two, and I wasn't with you. We couldn't even enjoy that bird I got.
No.
It was
It was miserable.
miserable.
They're so thick. I'll put, I got to edit up that video of that hunt, but you can see them
And hear them.
you can see them on the GoPro I had attached on the tree next to us. You can see them swarming us.
It was awful.
and he's coming through the tree line about ready to come into the field opening. We're on the other side, and they're just chewing at my forehead, and I can't
me
do
too.
anything about it.
Nope, me either. That was the thing. I was like, one of these things is gonna go to my eye. And I'm not gonna be able to see.
And then your reaction, your hand flies up to your eye. You can't help it.
And he was looking for us, and I was enough out in the open that I thought he was gonna spot me quick.
Yeah.
And he didn't, luckily, but those bugs were so bad. It's like one little move and it's over. But
right.
he didn't see us, luckily. And you couldn't see him at first, because I kept saying to you, because you said if he comes at the wood line, shoot. But I was asking you, like, can I shoot? But I didn't realize you couldn't see the bird.
No, because there was one maple branch hanging down in front of the camera. Well, not in front of the camera, but just to the right. Where he had come out, he walked straight out, so there's no side-to-side movement. So really, it was kind of harder to spot. But
and I saw him where he flew down across from us in between us and the wood line, I guess. I could see him strutting, which was cool, because that hasn't happened to me yet. I haven't been able to, like, see them strutting. And then
coming in strutting.
And then he turned and I could see his full fan. And then he came in kind of right where we were expecting.
Yeah.
And then, but you couldn't see it. And then I shot twice. I don't know if I needed to shoot twice, but when he flipped, you can see in the footage, I thought he was flying away. So I shot again.
He did like a perfect backflip.
Yeah.
And then he was walking away. You hit him low a little bit.
Yeah. I still wonder, there was a bug in my eye or something. I don't know. Maybe not a bug in my eye, but there was, or it came at, I don't know.
You just shot. It just wasn't a good shot.
Yeah.
But I mean, enough. I think the first one, I think, killed him, or, was lethal.
Yeah.
And then you hit him on the second one, seemingly in the same spot. His left wing was broken.
Yeah. 'Cause he walked a little bit out and then died.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to leave him wounded. Sorry. And then we were trying to run to it, and I get the shaky legs, the adrenaline shaky legs. And you're telling me to come on, and I couldn't because I have this knee issue, and then my legs are shaking, and it's wicked uneven ground and rocks and this and that, and I couldn't get there quick enough. But luckily he died right over there. I need to take another shot.
Yeah. Yeah, that was weird. He was a small bird.
Yeah.
But the breasts were like huge.
They were big.
Like, you'd have thought that bird weighed 23 pounds. And it was only like a little over 16.
Yeah. Yeah, they had some big
7/8 spurs.
Mhm.
It was weird. Like he just small.
It was small.
I don't think those mountain birds get real big.
But my jakes from last year were what, 13?
No, they were like 15 apiece or something.
Oh, okay. So they were...
Or 14 apiece or something.
Not that much bigger than that Tom.
Smaller,
yeah. That Tom was not that much bigger than the jakes.
Yeah. But he was, I think we called it 8.5-inch beard.
Yeah.
7/8 spurs.
So. Yeah.
We weighed him on two different things. They both said like 16.2.
Yeah, exact same thing.
So.
Yeah.
They're just more agile up there, more in shape.
Yeah, it did have big...
Hiking all that freaking mountain terrain.
Yeah, seriously. And there was another one up higher that was gobbling too. Than that one.
Yeah,
And that was close.
probably about up where I shot mine.
I was gonna say that was right about where you got yours. So we both got a mountain bird.
Yeah.
I like those mountain birds. I like hiking those mountains though. I don't know. There's less people.
Yeah.
I feel like you put in all the work and the effort for it. I don't know, it's more fun to me.
It's more rewarding.
Yeah. I like it.
It's definitely more rewarding.
And the lack of people. They're less pressured. They're just different. They're used to people in a way, but they're not pressured.
Yeah. And they're willing. They'll cover a lot of ground.
Yeah, that one was it my first year? Yeah, it was 2020. That one that came in, and I shot at it. I mean, that thing was still gobbling.
Yeah.
After I shot at it twice.
Yeah, he came from a
screaming in.
long, long way off. And that was a cold, windy, spitting snow.
Yeah. That's what I like about turkey hunting too, is I assume I only turkey hunt, but you kind of sometimes get down and like, nothing's happening, and then in a second,
Yeah, it only takes one.
it turns around and then it changes the whole thing. That's
why you gotta keep going, because it only takes one call, one move,
anything.
one situation to everything changes in a second.
It's cool though, what you see out there. Like when we walked up on that hen on the nest.
Yep.
That was pretty cool.
Yep. Flushed the hen off her eggs.
I mean, I felt bad, but it was cool to see. I've never
She was
seen that.
nested right on the side of a hiking trail.
She was, yeah.
Okay.
I feel like that's not a very active hiking trail.
No, not that one, but people still do.
Yeah.
Go out it.
My dad saw one too. Working at night. Came up on one. My hen and our eggs.
I always thought they roosted in the tree near the eggs, and they stayed in the tree, but I guess if they didn't, a bunch of nest predators would get in there.
Which was
raccoons and skunks and stuff.
I just always listen to what you had said, but according to my dad working at night on the power lines, he said she was right on the nest. We saw the picture, and then roosted, flew up when she saw him. That tree right above.
Yeah, well, she can't see to fly far away.
No. I assume they stay nice and close, but maybe they do stay on the ground until something comes near. I don't know. That's a cool picture, though.
But what would be the point of staying on the ground if you're just going to fly away when the threat comes?
Yeah, I don't know.
Shouldn't she be, like, defending it? Isn't that...
Yeah. I was wondering about that the other day, how they defend their nest. If they have, like, some sort of...
They just peck and flap their wings and kick. That's all they can do.
Yeah.
Really. I mean... But they do it every year. There's plenty of turkeys.
There's plenty of turkeys. Yesterday, we were driving home. What did we see? A fawn in the road?
Yeah, that was after hunting. Well, we went and tried one other spot.
Yeah.
Got breakfast.
And we saw a fawn in the road, a hen with a poult. We saw a rabbit. There was something else.
Another hen.
Another hen. I feel like there was something
The
else.
hen with the pole was off the side of the road. There was another hen standing in the middle of the road that I had to slow down.
Yep.
So she could run off the road.
A rabbit.
All kinds of wildlife out before it got 85 degrees.
Oh, yeah, it's hot. Yeah, that little poult. I feel like there was something else.
So we plan on going west next year.
Yeah. Better get in shape.
Hopefully, hopefully gas comes down by then.
Yeah, I just saw almost $5.
Where?
Westminster. It's always high there.
Huh.
At Allen Brothers. $4.79 for regular.
Yep.
Uh-huh. Which is, I mean, it's always high right there. It's right off the interstate. But, yeah, I hope gas comes
Yeah,
down
but if
again.
you're traveling, you're always gonna be getting gas right off the interstate.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, out west will be fun, though.
Yeah, I want to kill a Miriam's.
Yeah, I do, too. I want to see one. Hear one.
It's probably gonna. We should probably just go to like Montana or South Dakota, where they're like pure Miriam's.
Yeah.
Nebraska's closer, and um, Jeremy said it's a lot more fun to hunt, but they're a mix of like
Oh.
Easterns and Miriam's and
Yeah, and if we're going to go out all that way, we might as well get a full Miriam.
yeah, I want a 100% Miriam's.
Yeah. That'd be cool. That'd be fun. Different terrain out there, though.
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be a different hunt.
Yeah.
I want to go though. I want to go when they're like I don't want to go that early season when you're like dealing with flocks. Like I want to go. There's gonna be more pressure, but I want to go when there's like during the shotgun season when like it's more of like our season.
Yeah.
Call one in,
Yeah.
work one or two instead of a whole flock.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
think.
yeah, 'cause that gets, I don't even know the right word for it, but one of the mountain birds we were trying, oh, the day you got your bike, it was gobbling back to us, but he was flocked up. He wasn't going to come in.
No, he just was with a hen.
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna deal with that, but I mean like
Oh.
those early like beginning of April, we see
Oh,
those
okay,
flocks. You can't really. You can try to pull one away from the group, but it's not really running and gunning and calling like we like to do. It's
Yeah.
more of like figure out where they roost, and then try to like get in their way in the morning.
Gotcha. I was thinking about the.
It's not. I don't know. I would rather like walk and call and glass
Yeah.
and try to find like a lone tom
Yeah.
and work him rather than a whole big flock of turkeys. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe if I was bow hunting, try to kill him with a bow, like that would be more ideal. But
It'll be fun, though.
I'm not. I would try to practice on killing him here with a bow before I spend all the money to go out west. I'm just gonna bring my shotgun.
Yeah. That'll be fun.
Yeah, I think we can get a few apiece too. And it'll be like, because I'm gonna go out west. I know I'm going out west at some point in my life, elk hunting. It's gonna happen. So this will be a little bit of an idea.
Yeah.
It won't even be close to the same hunt, but
No, but you'll have a.
some sort of idea about, at least about the drive.
And the terrain and the places and what to. I don't know. Scout for? You can't scout.
No. You can e-scout a little bit, but
Yeah. I don't know. You'll get some sort of education on it. I think that'll be fun, though. Do something different.
still debating whether we drive out or fly out.
I guess it depends on gas prices. Honestly.
Yeah.
Because renting a car, it might be cheaper than driving all the way and plane tickets.
Rent an RV.
No, Griswolds. Go Miriam's hunting. Yeah. How do you feel about this season? How do you feel about hunting with Gimpy over here?
Slowing me up.
You
No,
didn't?
I was always hoped to get you a bird, but I was kind of hoping you'd be a little more ready with the call.
I know. I
But
kind of failed on that. I was trying. And then I don't know. I gotta figure that out.
just gotta do it.
Yeah.
Just gotta do it till you get it.
Yeah.
You could have called that one in I shot in New Hampshire, freaking with anything.
Yeah. That one was.
He'd have come to the worst caller in the world. Sometimes it doesn't matter. You sound anything like a hen.
Yeah, if they're ready.
He evidently didn't like the other two, or I was more convenient, or whatever. He came downhill to me.
Yeah. Yeah, which they don't usually do.
That Yelp cut Yelp,
Yeah.
or Yelp cut Yelp.
Yeah.
He just
They do
he
like
flew
that.
out of the tree when he heard that.
Yeah.
I did that, and he cut me off in the tree, and then I went quiet for a little bit, and then like I don't know, 7 seconds later he gobbled again. He was on the ground. I was like, he's coming, and then
Yeah.
he gobbled again. He's like 15 yards closer, and he gobbled again. He's like 30 yards closer, and then I could see him coming down the power line.
Yeah, what time did you call me? 5:30?
I shot him at 5:30, so
Oh.
shortly after.
Yeah, it must have been like 5:35, 5:40. You called me and told me.
I hadn't even walked up to him yet. He had
Yeah.
that beard rot.
Yeah. Yeah, it's barely a beard. Oh, yeah, it's right there. Yeah, it's barely a beard.
It was a long beard at one point. I mean, he had, again, every bird we shot this year is 7/8 spurs.
Yeah.
My Vermont bird, your Vermont bird, and that New Hampshire bird right there, 7/8 spurs. Yours was 16 pounds. That was like 18, and the other one I never weighed because it was before work. The New Hampshire one I never weighed because it was before work, and I was like halfway through taking the first breast out when I realized I hadn't weighed him yet,
Whoops.
and I'm just rushed for time. So
What's your estimate? Was it heavier than
it was
that one?
another 18 pounder.
Oh.
That's all I've ever shot. 18 pounders.
Yeah,
That well for toms.
Yeah. That one my first bird was.
Nice. That was a good one.
Yeah. That was a big bird.
21's. That's a good bird.
Yeah. Exactly 5 pounds heavier than the one I shot this year.
Luckily, that was all downhill.
Yeah. That was pretty steep, too. I've got 4 birds in 3 seasons. You know, because I'm like an excellent caller and stuff, and no, you do all the
Next
work.
year, you gotta experience it. Like you gotta.
Yeah, I do.
I want you to, like, make the decisions. Instead of me saying like, let's go over here. Like,
I'm thinking about the.
I just want to be there, and if I see you do something that I think is gonna completely ruin the hunt, I'll stop you. But I just.
I think about that all the time when we're doing that, like when we're hunting. About like what decision I would make, and then whatever decision you make, think about why you made that. And I ask questions all the time, but try to like learn from each hunt,
That's the idea.
and then I'm not just off in La La Land walking behind you. I'm trying to think, and like when you're looking for a spot to sit, I am too, and trying to.
Don't be afraid to point something out to me, because I'm.
No, you usually make the decision.
I hate,
better
like.
before me.
I there's never Well, of course, trying to film hunts too is hard to think about that. Like, there's never like a big giant ass oak tree we can both set up next to each other. I
Yeah.
always got to be like kneeling behind you with the camera over your
Yeah.
shoulder.
Yeah.
And then that causes excess movement from me because my knees and ass are going numb.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I left the I want to be better about the camera. I leave it behind a lot because it's just it's just flat out a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
If
It's
I'm
hard.
honest. It's especially self filming.
Oh yeah.
I got that one. I got that one. I self filmed that one I killed in Vermont. Um, and I didn't get the kill on film, and that bird was 7 yards when I shot it
Yeah.
because he just he came from a long way away, and he didn't gobble the last like 100 yards. And I'm looking out in front of me, scanning my eyes back and forth, and I hear, and I look up to my right. I'm like, holy shit, he's right here. And he's out in the open in the field, and I'm tucked in the trees, and he's looking his head back and forth like this, trying to see, and he can't see me. And then he walked behind some stuff, and I had your gun, 20 gauge. I swung it around. I must have just clipped his neck with the outside of the wad. He was so close, and I shot through some stuff too. But there wasn't many BBs in his head, but it killed him. It broke his neck.
Yeah, that was close. You showed me the setup. That was close.
But that was a he was up there in elevation.
I like those ones though. The ones you actually have to work for.
Yeah. Now it's time for deer season.
Yeah.
3.5 months.
I'm glad this one's behind us. In a weird way. My knees speaking.
So next year you'll be able to run up the hills.
Yeah.
Next year you'll be able to shoot total archery challenge.
It looks fun. I mean, everyone was having fun. It's a nice event.
Yeah.
People.
Yeah, the problem with that is now it's like every other 3D shoot's going to be like, meh.
Yeah.
8 targets.
Oh, is that what they...
I don't know. They're a lot smaller. That's a 5-hour course.
Yeah, we walked, 6 miles?
That's huge. I mean, that's
They were...
the bit that you're not going to find a local 3D shoot like that. That's
Oh, local... Yeah, no. And those distances and those where they were set up was intense.
yeah.
That was... The amount of arrows laying everywhere.
Stuck in trees.
Or in a log. Coming out of a log. Shows how intense it was. It was cool though. It was cool to see all the people there that do the sport.
Yeah. Yeah, and that was the last day. So
And then
it's a 3-day event.
yeah, some of those placements of the targets were crazy. What was the bison, the 147 yards?
I don't know if it was a bison or buffalo, but
Buffalo.
same thing. But yeah, I heard yardages anywhere from 146. I heard 152. It's just that far away where different rangefinders are going to read differently.
That was far. That was crazy.
My pin, we won't talk about this too much because you're going to hear it on the next podcast, but my pin bottoms out at 97 yards because I got a Matthews V3. It's 27-inch axle to axle. I'm short. I got a short draw. I got a 28-inch draw. I'm shooting 60 pounds, so like I'm not getting real crazy yardage out of my sight. So the sight tape I ended up with bottoms out at 97, and I had fingernail polish halfway down my post that was 105, and then the top of my bubble was 115. So I thought I was good. Like, if there's a 120 yard, because I heard there was like last year there's like a 127 or something on the prime course.
Yeah.
Then we run into Jeremy Valentine. Or no, Tammy saw somebody post about 100 and he said it was 144. So
Oh.
again, different range.
Yeah.
144 yard shot on a whatever. I forget what it said, but it ended up being a buffalo. I was like, "What?" So I went to where I shoot, and I was able to hit the bag 2 out of 5 shots at 130 yards.
Yeah.
And that's just like literally like picking the whole sight housing over the top of the bag so I can see the bag and shooting. I mean, it's complete guesswork.
Yeah.
So we saw Jeremy at Vendor Row, and he's like, "Yeah, there's two spruce branches that are kind of right above the buffalo." He's like, "You'll see them." He's like, he said aim at the second one. And I'm thinking like my bow is a lot slower. I'm going to aim over the second one. And my both arrows landed right next to each other, and they were like, I don't know, 6 to 8 feet short of the target. So I wasn't that far off. If I could have like sat there for a while, I could have eventually hit it, but
Yeah.
I wasn't going to hold groups up behind me, and
Yeah.
so I just shot twice and whatever.
Yeah.
I can't hit 37 yards.
No.
Can't hit at 37 yards, but I 10 ring or 11 ring, however the scoring was, bullseye at 60 something yards on that bedded buck,
Yeah.
but can't hit. There was two 30 upper 30 yard shots where I missed the target, lost my arrow. Actually, I didn't lose the arrow when I hit the rock. It just smoked it.
Yeah.
But
Was that bedded buck the one over that hill? They basically had to aim
yeah,
at the ground.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You had to skim the dirt.
Mm-hmm. That was crazy. It's a cool event.
Yeah. Well, enough about tack.
Yeah. Right.
So what would you change about this year? What do you want to do different next year? I mean, besides if we go out west, obviously that's going to be all different, but
I do want to learn how to call. And I for sure think next year's going to be less frustrating for me. Or, I guess, nerve-wracking, if you will. Like, I keep a lot of that to myself. But, like, walking through the woods is not easy.
no, the woods there's blowdowns and there's not even ground anywhere.
No, and then you get, like, I remember the first couple of days we were hunting and I had my gun slung, I don't know how to say it, whatever, like on my shoulder.
Slanged.
Yeah. And we're walking through the woods and all of a sudden I like get my head jolts back because there's a branch in between my gun and my back. And I got hung up.
Hit the barrel.
Yeah. Because it's like across my back and my chest. And then little things like tripping. You don't see a little vine or whatever.
So imagine like all the terrain we walk, right? Imagine dragging a 200-pound buck out.
Yeah.
Dead weight.
And
I don't know what that's like. Actually, I pulled on Timmy's. I drug Timmy's for a quarter mile or so.
yeah. But it was a lot different this year. So I think being a year from now, I'm going to have less fear of falling and getting hurt and ruining this new knee, and no more that doesn't make much sense. It's gonna be better. I don't know how to explain it. It's hard to explain with,
Having less fear, that makes sense.
well, having less fear of falling and just
What?
knowing what it's gonna entail with an injury. It was a whole new game this year.
Yeah. I think you did a lot more than
I did.
you thought you could.
Yeah,
I think TAC proved that,
for sure. It was.
but you didn't really have a choice.
No, I didn't. I mean, I could have taken the chairlift down, then what? Sat at the
I think you
pace.
debated it for a second. When I
did.
suggested it, you looked up there,
I did.
and then you're like, well, I don't want to be a bitch.
No. And I'm not one to, like, give up. And I also don't like showing. I don't know what I'm saying. It was tough, but I made it through. There was a lot of frustration. Like, you were still up ahead, and I got frustrated, and I get frustrated myself. And having to wear that brace, which is good. Like, I need to wear it. But having to wear the brace, like, limits, like, range of motion. So climbing over things, for instance, I couldn't bend my knee as much and get over it. So I had to figure out how to do that in a different way. It was just different this year. So I was happy to get a bird. And I'm happy I was able to do the things I did. But it was for sure a whole different year. Frustrating. But
I did a lot of hunts before work,
yeah.
which sometimes is. I mean, I've killed a few birds before work. I've been at work breasting out birds,
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't know. I couldn't sit home like knowing it's a good morning and I got like 2 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, it just
If I worked
it
closer.
could all turn around.
That's and there was a few mornings where you asked me if I wanted to go and I couldn't. And I otherwise wouldn't have not gone. But I knew my knee needed to rest. Like, I couldn't.
Yeah, I went too hard the day before.
Yeah, and I mean, I love turkey hunting, but it's not worth this new knee.
I think another thing you should try next year, if it's the same deal, where you don't have time to go out before work around here, stay up there.
Yeah.
And just go out and just, like, you're going to learn so much better without, like, having a guide, essentially.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
You know what to do.
Yeah, I do.
You've seen me do it a billion times. You get them to gobble and you move in on them.
I do know what to do.
And
that's
you're going to learn. I wanted you to do it at least a couple times this year, but
yeah.
I guess you're going to have to do something with the gun before work because you work at an elementary school.
Oh, yeah.
So
oh, God.
you would probably have to.
I would just leave it at Brandy's.
Right.
Like, that, yeah. For sure cannot leave it in my car.
No.
I wouldn't even want to. That's too.
No.
With everything that goes on these days, no. I don't even want it near there.
You'd never get another job.
No. And no harm. I'm not.
No, it's just a tool.
It is, but given what goes on.
Like, we went down to that Patriots game years ago on New Year's Day, and I always have a knife on me. It's just a tool.
Mm-hmm.
But we were in Massachusetts, and it's a spring-loaded blade. The one I had, I think, is one your dad bought me years ago.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But it's a spring-loaded blade, and I think it was like 6 inches.
Yeah, same.
And we got like halfway to Gillette Stadium from the truck. I was like, Dad, I gotta go back to the truck. He's like, why? I'm like, I got a knife on me.
Yeah.
He's like, God damn it. Handed me his keys. And I freaking hustled back.
Yeah.
But yeah, like no ill intent. It's
No, yeah,
just a
me either.
tool.
I just wouldn't even.
But
I wouldn't even want
they
people.
probably just would have made me. They would have just
They
confiscated
would
it
have. Yeah,
probably.
it happened to my dad. I think we were in Florida at Disney World. Maybe. I don't remember. Maybe it was in his suitcase. He always had like a little. It was just a little Swiss Army knife. One of those little. It was
Yeah.
from LL Bean, like this big. Had a little keychain on it. It was green, and we went somewhere. One of those park type things. And they checked his pockets and they took it and they're like, "You can come back after and we'll have it." And he's like, "Just keep it."
Yeah.
It's not. He's like, It's always in my pocket. I didn't even know it was there. Just keep it. It's not worth coming back for. Yeah. Yeah, I would just leave it at Brandy's. And just. I did want to do that this year. But like I said,
Go roost them the night before.
Yeah. And I had spots picked out that I was going to go, like, scout basically. But time got away from me. Busy. I mean, those are excuses. But just. I was happy to get out as much as I did with how I am.
Yeah.
So I'm going to call that as a successful season.
Yeah, and I know it was just and I've done the same thing with deer, which I actually said it last year and I never got one. I shot two, but I never recovered any of them. But it's such a mental game. You get so oh, it's not my year. It's not gonna happen. It's just I have a feeling,
Yeah, and I was like
and I'm
that.
like, come on. We're like 2 weeks in at this point. I'm like we got some good hunts coming up, like real good odd hunts. Like you're gonna get a bird. Like there's
That's where my.
no question in my mind.
Like, that's
It was
where.
just on the most humid,
Oh,
like
God, yeah.
buggy day.
Oh, man.
It wasn't like my hunt the was it the week prior or I took a Wednesday off.
Wasn't it that. Was it the Wednesday before? Or,
A week and a half prior maybe.
yeah.
And it was beautiful.
Yeah.
Like there weren't a bug up there.
Yeah. But that's also, like, I never, the two seasons before, got that frustration. And that has to do with my recovery and my injury, the whole mental game with it. Like, I would get frustrated because I felt like, or I knew I couldn't do as much. And it was so much harder just to walk through the woods. And that's when I was like, I don't think it's my year. Because I just like, not frustration with turkey hunting, just frustration with myself. Which I don't think people could understand unless they've been through it. I don't know. It's tough. It's a
Yeah,
whole
but you
new
can
game.
have that frustration with no injury, just like, you know, people coming in
Sure, yeah.
like we saw on that one hunt where it was 7 toms in a field
Yeah.
and 3 hens, and we were playing the waiting game,
Yep.
trying to break one away. I said, get comfortable. This might take 2 hours.
Yeah.
And those people came freaking swooped in,
Sat right in front of me.
and then I yelped, and the guy turned around and I waved my arm, and he freaking waved back, and then just turned around and
Kept going.
continued like, what?
Yeah.
Dude.
That's when I kind of feel bad in a way, because, like, they didn't know we were there at first. You know what I mean? And they're coming in. They're probably working on those birds from the other side. And then you did that, and they didn't do anything. They just, like, sat in front of us. And I was like, well, this is over. I, like, turned off my red dot, took down my face mask. That's why I like the mountains, too, because...
Yeah.
No people. I mean, we did see... What, one guy?
Yeah.
But... Nothing like... And that's the problem with the fields. People drive by, they see.
Yeah, road birds. I warned you about road birds.
And they're super exciting. You're like, ooh, we can get in on these.
Yeah.
But everyone is
But so
seeing them.
can't Tom, Dick, and Harry.
Yeah.
You know, it is what it is.
It is.
That's why I like the late season too. This late season got hot.
Yeah.
There was some cool days though. That Memorial Day started off awesome. 49 degrees.
Yeah.
Literally no
No
wind.
wind, yeah.
None. Not even a half a mile per hour wind. Literally zero. It was an awesome morning.
It was. And I heard one.
I almost wish we would have just, because I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, that's back towards, like,
Yeah.
where because we parked to go way deep for those birds that I scouted and I found
Yeah.
in April. We were going to go see if those birds were still around. That I know nobody's going back in there
No.
turkey hunting. And I almost said, let's just go stick with the plan.
Yeah.
And then on the way back out, we can try to find this one. But then I thrashed you through.
Yeah.
It was he was a long ways away.
That was
I almost said, I don't suppose you want to go back out 2 miles into the woods, do you?
I was so glad when we came out on that
I knew you didn't, and it was getting hot already.
power line that it was right there. I was like, I can't go back through this. And I was like, I'd rather walk 2 miles around on like flat ground than go back through the way we came. That was tough.
Yeah, through cuts and yeah.
And logging area.
Yeah, cuts.
Oh, that's what cuts means.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I said cuts. Come on, you didn't know that? Oh, I was gonna say. Oh, but it would have been if he had and I understood when you said that before. If he had gobbled when you owl hooted right there.
That would have been a whole different game.
He was right there. But I do wonder about, like, what the hunting public has said, like, rocks popping. People go up probably to the same spot. Like, you go up to the wood line.
There's no doubt in my mind that's the same exact bird that when I owl hooted in that same exact spot,
Yeah.
he gobbled
Right
like
there.
80 yards to my right, and I know he heard me walk up that hill.
Yeah. They've got to know. They get educated.
He was just and that was the only 2 gobbles I ever got out of him was 2 shot gobbles. He never gobbled on his own.
Yeah.
And then I don't know where he went.
Because I bet so many people walk right up to that place and owl hoot because you can hear. It's open, you can hear.
And I just don't want to walk by birds. So I just get there and I owl hoot. And
yeah. But if he had gobbled, it would have been.
I'm sure that's the same bird.
I mean, when he gobbled, we didn't even do anything right there. It was like, oh fuck, we have to set up. I mean, he's right there. Not that he was coming in.
I thought you meant the first time he was way far off, but yeah, no, when we.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if that was a shot gobble to us walking.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or what, but I didn't think he was going to be that close. He was just out of sight.
Yeah.
I could feel the vibration.
Oh yeah.
Like when they're close enough, you can kind of like feel it.
Yeah. Like
we should have just freaking ran right up there.
we probably should have. I mean, we had nothing to lose. Well, so we hunted Massachusetts, April 30th. Was it May 1st, that Sunday? Opening day, when we were out and we had those 2 toms come in and talk about, like, vibrating you, those gobbles.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's too bad.
That was
your bird right there. He was a good one.
I mean, I'm pretty sure.
I was kneeling behind her with the camera, and I could see him.
Yeah, you could see more than me.
If I was holding the gun, he'd have been dead.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe not because I was behind you, but.
Oh yeah, but
I was maybe a foot above her. The camera was, and I could see from like below his wattles up,
Yeah. I couldn't.
clear as day. And that I figured he wouldn't commit without that decoy because we called him from a
Far.
quarter mile away.
Yeah.
We didn't know it.
No.
We were trying to work these other birds, and then we heard a shot down there.
Yep.
But we were up on top of that hill, and he was gobbling.
Yep.
So we went towards. I figured, well, we'll go back towards him if this doesn't work out. So we go up, 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 bang. Oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
So we go back. We're heading down the hill, going back after this bird we heard gobbling. And he gobbles like we were both going towards each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I stuck that decoy out because I'm like, I don't know if he'll commit. And then he popped up. He could see it, and I could see him. I could see him see it. And then he just stood out there and strutted back and forth, and eventually he strutted away because the freaking my shitty Walmart decoy wasn't moving.
Well, and there was two of them. So, and honestly, I mean, I enjoyed the hunt where I got the bird, but that hunt was my favorite because I've never heard a bird so close gobbling
where you can feel it.
that much. Oh yeah, and I'm pretty sure in that
He
video
was a good one too.
you could hear like my heart beating. I swear it was like
Yeah. You
on
can't.
loud.
But
No.
I know what you're saying.
But like it was so loud, and I was like, "Holy fuck!" That thing is, I mean, what? Not even 10 yards,
Yeah, probably right around 10.
right there, and there was two of them, and they both gobbled right there, and I was.
Just over that knoll.
Yeah.
Just over that knoll.
So
out of
what
your
I
sight.
could see was like from his beak, the bottom of his beak up, and I was like, I can't shoot this bird.
No.
Like I'll blind him. It won't kill him. I can't.
It probably would have with a good shot, but still, yeah.
I didn't
That's
want to. And the decoy was there, but I saw the two, and then I could see him all the way off to my left, out a little bit further, strutting and stuff, which that was cool too. This season I saw more strutting than I ever, like, or set up hunting than I have, which was fun. But that one was because we went up and down that hill, I swear, 3 or 4 times?
Yeah.
Because we heard it, and then we didn't, and we thought it was we were going on the other ones, and then
There's birds everywhere.
everywhere. But that one was my favorite, and I could just see their heads, bright white heads, both of them, right over. I couldn't shoot, and those gobbles right there was.
Another thing that helped this year was us splitting up to roost birds.
Yeah,
We
Yeah.
got way more ground covered.
we did that. I did like that too.
It's silly to go. I mean, all you got to do is get them to gobble.
Yeah, it's
So you
easy.
took the coyote howl, I took the owl hooter, and
Yep.
we
did that.
hit 6, 7 different spots, and that you're in a way better spot. Even if you get lucky and you roost 3 birds, well, you go after the higher probabilities, and then at least you know where a couple more are if that one doesn't work out, so you have something to do the rest of the morning. That's
Yeah.
like you're kind of in the game, not just like running and hoping.
Yeah. I wanted to get a New Hampshire bird, but it's okay.
Shoot, you got real freaking close opening
Real
day.
close. Yeah. Yeah.
But he was just out of sight.
Yeah, it wasn't. I don't want to blind him or whatever would have happened. Just a little bit. Yeah, the footage makes it look like, why the hell didn't you shoot? Which gave me perspective on whenever you watch like YouTube videos
Yup.
and you're looking from the camera's view and you're like, come on, shoot. Why the hell aren't you shooting?
Yep.
Because you don't know what the shooter's looking at.
Exactly.
So that did give me some perspective on that because
All the keyboard warriors out there, you don't know, you weren't there.
No,
You don't
there
know.
could have
There's a
been
reason.
a branch in the way.
There's a reason they're not shooting.
Yeah,
That's
there's
all you got to know.
a reason I didn't shoot those ones, which on camera looks like, the hell was she doing? Yeah. So that was,
Either they don't want, it's not what they want, or they don't have a shot.
yeah. And
if you don't, like, the thing about, like, people watch, like, the hunting public and stuff, and I mean, they're absolutely at the top of the game as far as I'm concerned about, like, realistic hunting videos.
yeah,
But what you don't realize, they're all wearing wireless mics. So
oh,
they can whisper and you can hear it.
that's interesting. I always wondered how
So
they
if
could
you're-
talk to each other like that.
Well, they just no, they hear each other because they're right next to each other. But the reason you can hear it on the camera, you can hear
Oh.
them. You can hear everybody whispering.
Yeah, yeah.
So if you're, and sometimes the cameraman will wear headphones, but not real often. But if you're telling me I can't see him, shotgun Mike doesn't hear that.
Right.
So nope. So the people watching that can see it through the camera. Don't hear you saying, "I don't have a shot. I don't have a shot." You hear Warb say it all the time.
Yeah.
I don't have him. I don't have a shot. I don't have a shot.
Yeah.
You hear him say it all the time. Audio is king.
Mhm. Yeah.
So you see their camera and you see the top of it, and it's just like this giant device with wires hanging at they're wireless mics.
Oh, interesting. Turkey season's over. Another season under the belt.
We're gonna have to do another one when you shoot your buck.
Yeah, I'm interested to know how that is. I've never.
Way heavier.
Well, that and
No, heavier like emotionally,
I know what you meant.
and literally a heavier animal.
It's less interactive. That's deer hunting than turkey hunting.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll be interested to. I mean, you literally think every squirrel is a deer. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll see this fall.
Mhm.
Muzzleloader. All right.
Okay.
Look for those hunts. I'll have those on the YouTube channel. And we'll be talking Total Archery Challenge next.
Yeah.
Well, not next week, the week after.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
What?
Hey, thanks for tuning in to this week's episode. Make sure and come back and join us every other Monday with a brand new episode. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple, make sure and leave a review. And you can find me on YouTube at Northeast Hunt and Film. Once again, thanks for listening.